Morrowind. This may be the last time I boot it up for quite some time. Depending on how true those rumors are about the Oblivion remake, and depending on how long it will take me to make that mod I wanted to do. And I suppose also depending on whether or not I end up going through on that video series I want to make. I'll miss Morrowind, with all its confusion and actively trying to not tell me where to go. Ow. Suppose I should just nap. Do I have any other equipment to get rid of? I don't believe so. I think I'm pretty stacked up here. Oh yeah! I made this Daedric Tower Shield. 1 to 89 points of strength. Forgot about that. This Argonian's fucking swole. Man. Return to the throne room tomorrow. I guess it's been tomorrow by now. Yep, here we are again. That no recall here was probably for the best. What am I doing? Any hoodles. What's up, Helseth? You come to fight my champion? You prepared to face Karod? Ah, you've come to meet Karod in battle. Good for you. I mentioned that Karod has never been defeated. You might have. Perhaps I hadn't. This is to be a fair fight. Use whatever weapons or spells are at your disposal. I wish you both luck. At least one of you will need it. None are to interfere, and you will begin at my command.
Your loyal service shall be rewarded.
Yeah, everyone back up. I don't want to accidentally hit someone. Old, I am beaten. You are the greater warrior in Goth III. You should speak now as my liege. Alright, don't die from the poison. Enough. I have seen you fight my champion, though I find it hard to imagine how you have succeeded. Kinda just stabbed him. He didn't really get a hit off. I did not believe anyone could beat Karod, but you have shown me otherwise. And he speaks. There are depths to you in Goth III that I will fathom in time. For now, you have proven yourself to me. I'm impressed, Ngoth III. None have ever defeated Karod in battle, and I certainly didn't expect you to be the first. You continue to surprise me. You have proven your worth to me, as well as your loyalty. Take this as a token of my faith in our friendship. It was my father's ceremonial dagger, and I place it now in your possession. Do not disgrace his memory, Ngoth III. Now, let us discuss my plans for you. Dagger of Symmachus? Wasn't your dad kind of a cunt? Who told you that? It's kinda... I don't have eyebrows, so I can't really raise one at you, but... wasn't he? What are the plans? As I'm certain you know, Mournhold is one of the seats of power for the Tribunal. The goddess Almalexia resides here in her temple, surrounded by her high ordinators. I have no great love for Almalexia, her ordinators, or the tribunal of which she is a part. In light of recent events, I believe it's time to gather more information about them. Recent events. The attack on Mournhold was as unexpected to me as it was destructive to the city. And I make it my business to remain forewarned of this sort of event. Many believe the attacking creatures to have been Dwemer constructs. We know now this is not the case. These creatures were beyond anything dreamt up by the dwarves. Creatures it would take the power of a god to create. I would like you to learn more about the attacks. I believe the only person who might shed more light on this situation is Almalexia herself. All indications are that these creatures must be the constructs of Sotha Sil, and only Almalexia is likely to have information about him. I wish for you to speak to her, learn what she knows about the creatures, and report to me. There's no reason for the goddess to suspect that you and I may be allied. Use this to your advantage. Do not approach me again until you have learned all that you can. I kinda have. But okay. I guess I could try asking her a little more about Sotha Sil. She wasn't too keen to talk before.
Many blessings upon you, my loyal servant.
Just one thing real quick. Do not concern yourself with Sotha Sil. He lives in his own way, as he always has. Not spoken with him in a long time, but this is not odd. Certain all is well with my old friend. Just checking real quick. Gain the king's confidence. He'd like me to gather what information I can about the Lady Almalexia. Helseth suspects the attack on Mournhold may have been orchestrated by one of the tribunal. Report to him only when I've learned all I can. King was explicit that in order to keep Almalexia from suspecting we were working together, should not be seen with him until this matter is resolved. I mean, I guess. Well. Guess I'm going back in. I don't think it's repopulated yet. But I explored most of the place. Oh, I'll be damned. Passage of Whispers. Hall of Winds. I don't remember which way to go. The other way. Noted. Do. Red X Forge. Yep, falled over. Something's wrong with that one. It's just phasing in and out of ball form. Hang on. What are these spokes? I guess this is kind of a spoke, yeah. This is not. This side has spokes on it, this doesn't. Alright, I guess. Damn. I don't have any shoes to lay on the ground here. Oh well. Cave diver. And here is the Daedric Shrine. Ah, it's these ones I killed recently enough that they haven't come back yet. Even though I feel like this wasn't that much more recent. Is that a fucking ceiling fan? There's two of them. Whee! Okay, they have all-around hitbox, not a moving hitbox. Ugh. Okay, as a kid, I used to do that all the time and just go into a trance, staring at one particular blade. I shouldn't subject all of you to that. But it's gonna happen on occasion when I just lose sight of my own existence. Cannot be used until the machine is powered on. Right. Place the Dwemer coherer in the junction box. Yes. I have found the Karstang's Bekarn? Yeah, and I was able to activate it. From deep within these runes, it will be difficult to tell what effect it has had on the city above. Yeah. Yes, I totally understand what this means. Isn't it something like these correlate to real-life locations and I gotta figure out which one's Mournhold? Damn it. Whip, wrong button. Okay. I jumped again. I'm still so used to, on a keyboard, E should be select and space should be jump. Unless you're playing an FPS, then, well, one with bunny hopping specifically, then you might put space on an unlocked scroll wheel. If I tried to change it now, I'd ruin myself forever. I'm quite certain of it. Journal has been updated. If I understand the Dwemer symbols on the Karstang's barn, I believe the machine is now causing ash storms in Mournhold. Wow. Yeah, that's probably what I did. Let's go with that, sure. People are gonna get friggin' gangrene going through here. Water up to your ankles. You're lucky you don't have leeches yet. That thing just re-died because I showed up. Just, oh god, no, it's Ngoth. Alright, back in the hole. Through my limited engineering knowledge, I can tell that this does something. Actually, it looks kind of like a turbine, with how this part's just spinning all the time. These parts too, of course. This spinning at least makes me think turbines are involved. Look at that. I, caused a fucking ash storm. This weather is odd, but nothing to be concerned about. Go about your business. I feel like this is absolutely something to be fucking concerned about. Look at how ridiculous my animation is because of how fast I actually am now. Oh yeah, I have exquisite pants on under all this. Everyone just put an arm out in front of your face.
What may I do for you, my child?
Yeah. Well done, Ngoth III. This is the effect I was looking for. Ash storms in Mournhold. My magic will prevent anyone from further tampering with this machine. You will, of course, keep silent about this. My powers are a bit drained, mortal. They are not gone. My ordinators will take care of the remains of this end-of-times cult and their leader. You have done well. Remain this way until I am satisfied these people have learned a lesson. What are your high ordinators gonna do? Alexia is pleased with the ash storms created by the Karstang's Bakarn. I keep wanting that to be an E, but it's a C. The city of Mournhold is strangled by the harsh weather. The decorative trees lining the city streets are dying, and the people are frightened. I only hope the goddess does not allow this to go on for long. Bah.
Zenithar's fortune to you.
Yeah, sure. Just gonna hang out here. Oh, cool, it's still happening. That's what I fucking wanted.
They should be here by now.
Come, bathe in the light of my mercy.
I am well pleased, good and faithful servant. My people look upon the elements and see there written a divine testament to my lordship. Did ever any other god display such dominion over the earth and sky? But now, with a heavy heart, I must lay a sad burden upon you. I bid you bring the peace of understanding to my missing hand. 1, 2... I've been meaning to ask, how the fuck are you a Chimer? No, wait, I know that. It's still weird. One of my most faithful guards, one of my very own hands of Almalexia, pledged to honor and protect and serve me in all ways, has lost his mind. Salus Valor has abandoned me, and now spews vile and slanderous untruths about me to any who would listen. I pity him, and know he is not responsible for his actions. To view the splendor of a god may drive even the strongest mortal mad, but now he presents a threat to us, and he is very dangerous. I fear you may not be able to spare his life. Now Salus Valor haunts the streets and sewers of Mournhold. His wild, distracted manner frightens the people, but even my ordinators are afraid to confront so terrible a weapon master and war wizard. I beg you, seek out Salus Valor, relieve us of this threat to my beloved people, and bring peace to my sacred city of Mournhold. Recently his behavior has been erratic. He's been quiet and unresponsive. I am afraid I may have allowed him to come too close. It is impossible that a mortal and a god might meet on equal ground, but perhaps he had deluded himself. I regret his lamentable state, and am sorry that I may have been partly responsible for his condition. He's in the sewers, apparently. Sent me to deal with Salus Valor, one of her elite guards, the Hands, who has gone mad, who now presents a threat to Almalexia. She says she pities him and knows that he is not responsible for his actions. She says he's very dangerous and I may not be able to spare his life. Let's fill out this map a little. I thought for sure there was a sewer entrance somewhere here, but I'm not seeing it on the map. See if I can ask anyone if they've seen Salus Valor? No? I didn't think so. I'd try to find him in the sewers, maybe? Oh good, the goblins are awake. Oh yeah, these guys. I didn't do them in this timeline because I didn't care. What the hell are these? Disease Durzog. The fuck's a Durzog? I guess that is, but... I feel like I'm kind of going blind here. See if there's anyone in the temple who might know Salus Valor's whereabouts that I can get more hints from. Granny Varys.
I clean this temple, Zilla. Mind you keep it that way.
Keep it
From what
existing?
Come, bathe in the light of my mercy.
Yeah, Salus Valor. Yeah. I wish you'd give me some kind of hint of where he is. I really don't like having to go into shit just fucking guessing. Kinda said he haunts the sewers, but that's not much of a hint at all.
Yes, this weather is odd. Put trust in the lady. All will be well.
I'll just check. Okay. Apparently he's even easier to find than I thought he would be. It was actually way closer than I thought he was, just hard to see in the fucking ash storm. How you doing?
Take care.
Yeah, okay.
You Inma.
No, she has sent you for me. Now you are her favorite. How convenient. Whichever of us dies, she will be well pleased. And if both of us die, so much the better. Well, I am content. Perhaps this is how it was meant to end. I ask the forgiveness of all the gods and spirits, whoever they may be. And you, too, might make your peace with your gods. Because at least one of us will not live to see another sunset. You, Inwa. That actually fucking hurt. Jesus Christ. Her ebony scimitar. Neat. On strike, frost damage 15 points, absorb strength 10 points. Oh my god, he's dead? Yeah. Damage strength 5 points, damage fatigue 50 points. But he didn't ever really hit me with that. These actually have pretty decent enchantments on them. Damage strength is diabolical if he hits you with it. Yeah, it's quite lucky, I suppose, that he couldn't. Oh my god, her dart. I've heard about these. Dispel 50%, fire damage 5 points for 5 seconds, in a foot, which means they're also an AoE, and frost, and poison, and shock. Blind 50%, and damage strength 5 points. I think he actually did damage my strength a little. Yeah, he did. Just like a little bit. Luckily, I have that on. The sword because it seems unique-ish. I suppose the entire armor set is semi-unique, because I think that's the only one of her hands you have to fight. Which means that's the only one that's the only set you're guaranteed to get.
Many blessings upon you, my loyal servant.
You call me your loyal servant. I don't think either of those words really describe me. Have you eliminated the threat of my poor, mad, missing hand and brought peace to Mournhold? Yeah. Salas Valor is dead. The pain is almost more than I can bear, but you have served me faithfully, and it is in my mind to grant you a divine blessing. Would you like skin as tough as iron? Kinda already got that. Would you like my protection against paralyzing terror? I'm pretty resistant to paralysis. The enchanted variety, yeah. Would you wish to always bask in warm comfort of my reflected glory? Quick now, choose. You must not keep your deity waiting. Well, hang on, let me find out what these do before I commit to one. Okay. So... okay. Reflected Glory would fortify my health 10 points. I think I'm good on that. Her Guard against Terror. Resist Paralysis 20 points. Not bad, but paralysis also isn't that big a deal. Her Iron Skin. Fortify medium, heavy, light, and unarmored. 5 points. So that actually works for me twice because you know what? Skin like iron, yeah. I bless you with my gift and mark you as my own. Be ever faithful in your service and you may expect more generous rewards. So yeah. Because I actually do need some unarmored and that's really hard for me to level. Hold on, let me think. Uses Chim to connect to the Ninth Era Dream Sleeve. Yeah, that's what UESP is, right? That's the Ninth Era Dream Sleeve, just... You think? Ah, man. Is the Nerevarine, according to these people? Because everyone thinks he's the Nerevarine, even though he himself doesn't think it.
It's another perfect.
Is he still mantling that? Does that still work? And the actual Nerevar is kind of fusing their soul to his? Or because Nerevar's soul already doesn't really matter, would it do nothing? Because Nerevar, as far as we know, isn't an especially powerful... Like, he was a very powerful hero in and of himself. But not like supernaturally so outside of the boons he received from deities. So I think probably outside of Azura pulling a little trickery to make Moon and Star not kill me. There isn't really any info on mantling in the context of Mortal Souls. Yeah, I think at most it might make it so that that's why the ring doesn't kill you, and Azura didn't pull a little funny on it. I think that's the most actual effect there'd be in that realm. Because you actually do fulfill the prophecy, and by then at least a few people are starting to think you might. So maybe that was good enough that it counted. Or maybe Azura turned that part off, and then once you have it on and she calls you the Nerevarine, then she can turn it back on and it still won't kill you, or something like that.
Come, bathe in the light of my mercy.
Welcome, Ngoth III. It is time we talked of greater things. How much greater? I have watched you since your arrival in Vardenfell. That's creepy. Possible the whole Nerevarine trials are about walking like Nerevar, but curiously you get the ring before you would have mantled Nerevar by becoming Nerevarine in Hortator. Yeah, that is part of the question. Which is why the explanations are either, well, maybe you just actually are the Nerevarine, and it didn't matter. Maybe that enchantment that's supposed to kill anyone who's not Nerevar never existed to begin with, and that was just a legend. Maybe it did exist, but since Azura put it on, she can also take it off whenever she feels like. That if she really wanted to. I mean, it was in her shrine. If she can do it anywhere, it'd be there. Or maybe just you're the first person to find the ring, and finding it in and of itself makes you the Nerevarine. Maybe even finding it and putting it on is enough to count, at least the first time. But yeah, it's one of those, what's the answer? I don't think the answer matters. I think the question is more interesting than the answer. You have been a strong and faithful servant to me. Strong, yeah. Faithful, servant? None but the Nerevarine could have succeeded as you have. Right, we're still doing that. How long I have waited for this. My Nerevar returned to me at last. I have watched from my temple as others have made the claim, and I have seen them fall. I believe now that you are the one who was prophesied. So, I know it doesn't, but I wonder if when they were writing this, if this part of the quest could only happen after you did the main quest. I'm 90% sure it doesn't work like that, because I'm pretty sure you could come here without doing it at all, and she'd still do this at one point. Or maybe this is her coming to that conclusion regardless of the main quest. And she's just actually crazy. At the end of the day, what matters is you're the one who does the things the Nerevarine must do, and it's night. I believe you now to be the Nerevarine. Though I have watched others come and go, my belief is that you are the child of prophecy. The time has come for you to reclaim your station. Together we can unite Morrowind once again. And regardless of your progress in the MQ, so it can feel jarring. That makes sense. You could have even done the back path. Though, I suppose she might just... Either she's so fucking crazy that she got a slight crush on you and instantly decided, that's my husband, I definitely for sure murdered Reborn, come back to me. Which would be creepy, but also really funny. Or she actually bothered to call Vivek for a sec and realize, oh wait, shit, that's it? Almalexia declares you Nerevarine, then you go back and you have to pretend you've never even heard of the Nerevarine. And then play Almalexia has a thing for lizards. No, I think she has a thing for power. I think she is power sexual, and you're as close as it comes. Because some argue, because of the divine disease, there's some argument, because the divine disease, in Ngoth III's case specifically, it is definitely making him stronger. So you could argue he is semi-divine just by being empowered by it so much. And I'm sure she'd find that attractive. But, Ngoth's a little bit taken, lady. Sorry to hear. Yeah. Free from the Imperial yoke. I mean, if you really wanna, I don't care. I'm pretty sure... Actually, let me double check the Hist summons. I wrote it down on a... What the hell even is this thing? Whatever. Alright. Go to the Imperial City. You'll be sent on a boat. Go to a mountain. Same mountain you were at before. Make sure he's got 3 eyes, probably. They were really vague when writing this to me. Is there a fucking back to this? Priest translation. You will be imprisoned and sent to Vardenfell. You will fulfill a bullshit prophecy by Azura about some dead Chimer or Dunmer, whichever one you want to say it. You're gonna kill the Heart of Lork. They really tell me all of this and I didn't notice this shit? Ah. Alright, well, let's see here. Go to Solstheim, fight Hersine, don't be a werewolf. Followed that part. Alexia might come on to you. Do whatever you feel like for this part. I'm sold. What was that about my station? You killed what? A fish? Hey, bathwater. I'm pretty sure she already knows, because she already knows it's busted, but she might not know I'm the one who did it, to be fair. Like, you killed what? Yeah, don't worry about that part. For years, the Chimer and the Dwemer had been at war. The Dwemer spurned the Daedra that the Chimer worshipped, instead placing their faith in their metal creations. It was only when the Nords invaded Resdain that the two nations were able to join as one, under the leadership of our Nerevar and the Dwarf King Dumak. In time, the two generals became blood friends, and on the day that Nerevar and I were wed, Dumak presented us with twin blades, Hope's Fire and True Flame. Yeah. You have fun with your sword there. Each was a magnificent blade, didn't ask, the pinnacle of Dwemer craftsmanship. Their blades burned with an unearthly fire, and the sight of them struck fear into our enemies. My blade has been kept safe, but not so True Flame, the blade of Nerevar. It was lost at the Battle of Red Mountain. True Flame, huh? The blade of Nerevar. In the battle beneath Red Mountain, True Flame was shattered, the flame extinguished, and in the confusion the pieces lost. It is time for you, Nerevarine, to remake the blade and take your place by my side once again. I have only one, which I now give to you. Through my magic, I have been able to determine that the other pieces of the blade are nearby. Find the other two pieces of the blade and forge the blade anew. Only you may accomplish this, Nerevarine. Where are the pieces? Broken Dwemer blade piece. As I said, they are nearby. Look to those in the city that you know and trust for guidance. Find those who would have use for items such as this. Prove your mettle to me, Nerevarine, and soon we will stand together once again. I feel like you want something out of this that I'm being pretty clear I'll have no part in. Was this about forging it? The best weaponsmiths in all of Tamriel reside in my city. When you have recovered the pieces of the blade, seek out the finest among these craftsmen and press him into our service. Craftsmen, find a number of them in my fair city. It was these artisans who built this city from ruins under my guidance. This glorious temple was erected by men and mare of stout heart and strong faith. If any of this land can forge that blade, they'll be found in my city. So, no Argonians involved. I don't know why you're so intent on... Like, when we say man and mare, we just mean everyone working together. Well, I'm not man or mare, so you're really not including it. You still haven't turned this shit off? Swear to God.
Justice never sleeps.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd know. I thought I'd look to you. You, actually. Piece of the blade, you know anything? An attempt to reforge the blade of Nerevar. Interesting. Wish I knew where to tell you to look, but my knowledge of the blade is somewhat limited. Perhaps you do better speaking with Tarasa Aram, curator at the museum. Her knowledge is extensive when it comes to unique item. Hums. Of course, it's always wise to consult Lady Berenzia. One never knows what the lady has heard. Oh, of course!
See you again, friend.
Queenie! Do. Wait, have you learned anything about Sothasil? Oh yeah, this. Hang on, are these guys... Are these humans? There's humans. Centuries broken. When it's time to reforge the blade, all the pieces and the expertise needed can be found within MORROWIND. To be fair, I think that's one of those fated things. Where it's like, that worked out because the Naravarine was gonna be here. Or some shit like that. It's one of those, it works out that way because it works out that way things. And also partially because I think they wanted to do way more than MORROWIND when they wrote this quest. Barry, baby! What can one who defeated the mighty Karod wish to speak about? You know anything about the pieces of True Flame? I know that's before your time. Yeah, it's before my time, too. Wait. No, actually, that would have been... No, wait, way before your time. No, sorry. Get my timelines mixed up. Reforge the Blade of Nerevar. I have heard rumors of the Naravarine returning. Could it be you? I mean, yeah. I'm not actually the Naravarine or whatever bullshit, but mantling crap, everyone's gonna think it anyway. I wonder, if what Almalexia says is true and all the pieces of the blade are here in Mournhold, I have a few suggestions for you. Helseth's champion Karod carries a blade that is of ancient Dwemer design. Perhaps you will learn more from him. He respects you, Ingoth III, and that is a rare thing indeed.
Ah, my protector.
Anytime you're ready.
It is
Just
good
don't
to
keep
see
me
you
waiting.
again.
Yeah, it's always nice to talk to you, Barry. Remember the warp in the west? I sure fucking don't. It's all a blank now. I was deciding who to give it to, and then... I don't remember what happened after that. But everyone else wrote down what happened, so I guess we know what happened. It's interesting how Berenzia is technically part of the plot of 3 different games, at least somewhere. Because although she doesn't appear in Arena, her like biography book says she's the one who left the key for the Eternal Champion to get out of their cage at the beginning. So retroactively, she's part of Arena. Daggerfall, she of course plays a fairly sizable role. Where am I going? I think I actually ran straight past the guy I need to talk to. So I'm a dumbass. And then, granted, not until Tribunal starts, but she's here. Now, she makes no appearance, and I think she's just maybe mentioned in 4, if at all, in Oblivion. And she's for sure dead by Skyrim, because people talk about her in the past tense. Or at least people think she is. What may Karod do for you, mighty one? Her stones are in Skyrim. Yeah. And also Karlia is supposedly her granddaughter. That's interesting. For a few reasons. Hey, you got an old Dwemer sword by any chance? When I was a child, my father gave me this weapon. Told me that as long as I had it, none would defeat me in battle. Till the rightful owner came to claim it from me. Fucking really? I know now that you are the one of whom he spoke. I give it to you freely. May it serve you as well as it has served me. Odd Dwemer weapon. Sure is. That's actually not a bad long blade. Oh yeah, the Dagger of Symmachus. Cost effect, fortify short blade and endurance, and reflect 10%. That's pretty good for a dagger. Like, just be better at hitting. Your endurance means a little more fatigue, though I'm a little good on fatigue. Yeah. The status of Helseth and Berenzia is unclear, but they're at the least probably in hiding. I mean, Berenzia is like... She appears quite elderly by this point in time, and though she's implied to have some knowledge and skill at magic, she's never implied to have access to, like, Telvanni life extension magic. So I think she passes away probably naturally within the next 200 years, and I don't think that's a big deal. They're not quiet people by nature, so it's odd for them to be quiet for centuries. Yeah. I think Berenzia just does reach the natural end of her lifespan. Because I think she's already kind of weary of how long she's lived. Because she made a lot of friends with, like, humans and stuff.
Good to see you again, friend. I was just doing a little writing.
She's got some kind of interesting magic. She went from MILF to TF to Grandma in Morrowind in 10 years. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Though, to be fair, her appearance in Daggerfall is just straight up wrong in every way of measuring it. Because, like, she doesn't even look like a dark elf, even though the books in Daggerfall still call her a dark elf. There's a museum in Daggerreach? God's Reach. Yeah, here's the museum.
It's another perfect day.
Hey, you happen to know anything about some, true flame pieces? Pieces of the Blade of Nerevar here in Mournhold. Now there's something I'd like to get my hands on for the museum. Can't say I've seen any that I know of, but I do have one piece from roughly the same time. It seems to be of Dwemer construction. I don't even have it on display because I haven't been able to positively identify it yet. It's a shield of Dwemer make, but not traditional in any sense of the word. Pieces of it just don't seem to match. Wondered if it isn't some sort of fake. Suppose I might be able to part with it, but I'll need some compensation. Hey, you want me to, like, find something for you? I'm pretty good at that. Or I could pay you if you really want it. Hardy thinks it's all a scheme. She appears as a graceful, beautiful queen because it's what the people want her to be during Daggerfall. Now she appears as an elderly grandmother because it's what the people want of her as the Queen Mother in Morrowind. That's not a bad theory. Because we know elves still reach, like, physical maturity at the same time humans do, so Health Seth going from little shit to full-grown adult in that time, that still makes sense. But her going from, like, Baboom to, oh, how nice to see you again, in just 10 years is a little harder to stretch. Okay, here's another thing about Brenzia. This doesn't appear in any of the games she appears in. She's described as having bright red hair. She doesn't have it in Daggerfall, and she has bright white hair here. And hell, even in her, like, official art for the card game, she has white hair. But the books all say she has red hair, and that's really annoying. Legendary for her deceptions and trickery, after all. Yeah. What do you need? Always looking for new pieces for the Museum of Artifacts, unique items, armor and weapons of lore. You know the stuff. Who'd be willing to donate a couple to the museum? I'd be willing to part with the shield. You can't have the Lord's Mail. I would break you in half. You can't have the Helm of Varenn Verclaw. I'll snap you in fucking shatters. What else do I have? You can't have Moon and Star, it'll kill you. You can't have the Necromancer's Amulet either. Can't have the Ring of Azura, I need this thing. You can't have the Fists of Randagulf. Tell you what, you want the Warlock's Ring? I don't need this fucking thing. Hang on, what'd she say? Yeah. Maybe she changed her hair as Queen of Wayrest to ease the people and make her look more human. Say that to explain her skin tone and eyes too, but all Dunmer NPCs are like that, so it's probably an oversight. Yeah, the player is the only Dunmer who looks like a Dunmer. So that's weird. I got the Warlock's Ring, you want it? I wish to know what you must have been through to acquire this ring. Not that much, honestly. If it has outlived its usefulness to you, perhaps you'd be willing to sell it to the museum? Or perhaps you'd like to donate it. I can offer you 11,000 gold should you decide to sell it. Guess she could have done it for her whole family, since they make up basically all Dunmer NPCs in Daggerfall. I mean, there's her, and there's Helseth. I don't recall any others being her own children. I'm pretty sure Helseth is her only kid. At least her only kid other than that one. Those two, I should say. Morgaya is her daughter? Oh, yeah. Completely forgot about her because I'm a dumbass. That's on me. One sec. Yeah, Morgaya and Helseth. So she has Morgaya and Helseth, and then she also had the Nightingale, which Carlia might be living proof of that, or maybe even Carlia's wrong, who knows. And then that one probably doesn't count. Do I have to donate the item to get the thing from Terasa Aram? Let's see. Okay, you do have to donate. It's gotta be 2 pieces. You need to donate 2 items. They're junk artifacts. You can find them more and hold if you don't want to donate any of your good shit. Alright, what's the other shit I can find? Oh, famed artifacts of Tamriel. Lord's Mail, keeping it. Ebony Mail, don't have it. Spellbreaker, don't have it. Chrysamere, keeping it. Staff of Magnus, keeping it. Warlock's Ring, I'd be willing to toss. Ring of Fenaster, don't have it. Ring of Khajiit, don't have it. Mace of Molag Bal, don't have it. Mask of Clavicus Vile. Can't wear it, so I could give that up and not care. Maroon's Razor. Have that, but I like it. Curse of the Savior's Hide. I think I have that, but want it. Spear of Bitter Mercy. Don't have that. Daedric Scourge. Don't have that. Bow of Shadows, don't have. Fist of Randagulf, over my dead body. Ice Blade of the Monarch. Ring of Surroundings. I do have that somewhere. Boots of the Apostle. Can't use those. Mentor's Ring. Didn't pick that up. Ring of the Wind. Nah, don't have it. Vampiric Ring, maybe? Eleiden's Ward, Staff of Hasadoki, Bloodworm Helm, Dragonbone Mail, Skull Crusher, Gold Brand, Fang of Hanektamet, Umbra Sword, or in Bearclaw. Didn't Yagrum Bagarn write this one, actually? Is it Yagrum? I think in, like, the voice files, he calls himself Yagrum Bagarn. Stendar's Hammer. Jesus Christ, look at this thing. Cast on strike, damage health 1 to 20, drain fatigue 1 to 20. And just chop 20 to 100 damage. It weighs 1,000. Let's see here. Like, how do I actually find some of this crap? Here's an option. I could do this quest to try to get it. There's the Mace of Slurring and the Bipolar Blade. Mace of Slurring, you get through a quest you start by talking to Alvin Harris in Sadri Manor in God's Reach. Bipolar Blade, you get by fulfilling the Matchmaker quest with the best results. Yeah, I'm not going to put in the effort to the Matchmaker quest because I already know it's RNG if you can even get the best results. Because I've seen how it works.
Justice never
You can get up to 3 people, and if you give them the right advice, they'll each have a chance. Where's the manor? The Mesa slurring is pretty easy to get, and no RNG. Sure. That's Hessen Manor. Vacant Manor, Sendus Manor, Mandarin Manor, Willis Manor, Craftsman's Hall, Winged Guar. Are you sure Sadri Manor is in God's Reach? It's on the side of Fendus Manor. Sure enough. Why would... That's really dumb. It's... You can't have a manor that's... You can't call it a manor if it's a fucking apartment complex.
Mournhold, city of light, city of magic.
Yeah. I'm Tadara Andulis, you an acquaintance of Galena Sadri, so perhaps you'll have better luck talking to her than we have. Who? Poor dear, we've done what we can for her, but she's just not right in the head. No idea what could have happened. She was always such a sweet girl. Now she just babbles to herself when she's not lashing out at one of us.
It's another perfect day in Mournhold.
Can I sell you a Japanese mansion? No.
Get
City
out
of light,
now.
city of magic.
Yeah, you should speak with Galena Sadri before I say anything. It'll be clearer to you that way. I know you. You're one of them. You can't fool me. You'll never get your hands on it. It's safe from the likes of you, from all you thieves. There's nothing for you here. Just get out. Get out! Is she fucking crazy? Yes. I'm sorry you had to see that. She's been like this for months now. No one can seem to get through to her. We have no idea what it is or why she's become so paranoid about it. Any attempts to discuss the matter with her have ended badly, some even violently. That's why we bring a guard with us when we visit. As a friend of the family, I can't just leave her to her own devices. I've heard, however, she was seen talking to Albert Nermar recently. Nermark? Nermark. Perhaps he might know more. He's the enchanter working over the Craftsman's Hall. No idea what business she would have with him. If she's been making the effort to visit him, perhaps he may have some insight as to her condition. You go talk to him in Goth III and ask him about Galena Sadri. I'd go myself, but I feel I really should remain here to comfort her. I mean, keep her from flipping out any more than she already is, sure. Craftsman's Hall is just over here. Albert Nermark. No.
Me, custom
No.
armor. I'm the one you want.
I kinda got custom gear.
Must you? This is
hello.
so tiresome.
Did you want something?
I'm literally just walking past you, asshole. I didn't even say anything. Yeah. Storm's here in the city? Yeah, about, Galena Sadri. No, I want nothing to do with her. Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you wanted me to go see her. I'm not going anywhere near her again after what happened. It's fine when she first showed up, asking about enchantments and such. When she had me look at those strange devices, it was clear I'd gotten in over my head. Strange what nows? Yeah, I said, it started out with simple questions. She'd show up every now and then, acting a little odd, asking about what would be involved in enchanting various sorts of objects. Assumed she had a passing interest in the subject until she begged me to visit her manor to help her with something she was working on. More than a dozen of them strewn about the place. Never seen anything like them before. Maybe they were Dwemer in origin. I stepped closer to one to get a better look, and it shocked me. Badly at that. It took several hours to regain the feeling in my left arm. At the time, I stumbled and fell, only to hear her laughing maniacally. She was upset that they weren't strong enough. When I'd recovered a bit, I tried asking what she was up to, and she exploded at me. Accused me of being a spy trying to steal from her. Ran me out of the manor. I haven't spoken to her since, which suits me just fine.
You shouldn't be here.
Fuck you too. We were just having a nice conversation. What a dick. Albert Nermark told me the story of his last few encounters with Golena Sadri. Acquired some sort of devices, possibly Dwemer in origin, that could be deadly if approached. Nermark seemed to think she'd lost her mind. Yeah. But... that can't be fucking good. Hey, Alvin. I guess I said you gotta do something. I stepped out for a bit of fresh air. In this? I didn't think it through. Going to hear the door locked behind me. There was some horrible screaming a few minutes ago, but it's got all quiet now. No one has answered when I pounded on the door. We've got to get in there. Okay, someone locked him out. He heard screaming inside. He's asked me to investigate. Alright. Just, I don't guess you've got a key laying around. Well. Whoop, whoop. Did not mean to do that. Let's see here. Don't suppose I can... No? No nearby key? He's not like hiding one under the window frame or some shit. Can I ask you? Doesn't look like I can even bring her up to you.
So little time.
Justice never sleeps.
Hey, no, you don't know anything? Do I really have to use Akash's lock splitter to get this open? I mean, I've got it. What? Are you... Am I... What the fuck was that? I know I used the scroll. I fucking... How do I get in? There's no key nearby as far as I can tell. And Akash's lock splitter literally just didn't fucking work for some reason. Let me see here, blah, blah, blah. That one. Went upstairs, just stepped out for a bit. What? The on-target bolt probably hit the door jamb or something, because shitty model collision. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Okay, that fucking worked. That's not annoying in the slightest. What the fuck? Residential sewers. There's more to this shit? The whole section of the sewer is just locked off? Forgotten sewer? It's just gold. Gold. Not what I thought was going to happen. I'm gonna level with you. The water texture isn't loading properly, it looks like. Near the billion septims reaching into a soggy crate in a sewer for 5 more. I don't even have anything else I need to enchant to make myself stronger. Like, that would be worth buying. Ow. Nothing to fix. On that grind set. Ah. Okay. Fucking ow. Oh yeah, I don't need to do that. I can just rest for an hour. And my passive regen will get me all the way up. Owie. 500 gold. 500 gold. Ebony War Axe also. The gems are of no interest to me. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't even pick stuff up to sell it anymore. If it's not gold, I don't need it. Because I ain't doing the creeper shuffle no more. You casting spells? Were you casting them? You again. I've rid myself of the others. None of you will get it. It's mine. I tell you, all mine. Yeah. Fuck.
I have you.
Yeah. Paralyze me, why don't you?
Now you die.
Any minute now.
You die.
How long does this have on it? There's no timer on that. They really should have timers on this shit. Just so I know. Mace of Slurring. Drain skill speechcraft 10 to 20 points for 15 secs on touch. As a cast. You had a Daedric longbow, Jesus. Wait a minute. She's not wearing clothes under her armor. Yeah, drain speechcraft on hit. That's real fucking useless. Ow. True Dunmer style, no clothes, just pure glass. Okay, I shouldn't keep doing what I'm doing there. Because even my massive health pool was almost brought to 0 during that. Yeah, the water in this room just doesn't load properly after you change the water level. It is odd. Blasting into the small of your back encourages you to be strong against life's trials. Like, at least when an Argonian does it, there's some... Well, actually, no. Argonian scales aren't hard. They're like... they kind of sing. There's an open MW thing? Maybe. But I believe whatever you say it is. Have you any news? A little. Oh dear, poor Tadara, poor Galena. If only there was something more we could have done for her. But understand, Agatha III, you had no choice but to defend yourself. You did the right thing. She was too detached from reality to recognize you. Probably anyone for that matter. Don't feel guilty. I'll judge you. It's always worked for you in vanilla. Interesting. Alright. I found something to donate to your museum. Yes, it's a rather odd piece. What I've gathered, it was crafted near the end of the Second Age by Kionka, a slightly deranged Ultimo weaponsmith and enchanter. He had a rather warped sense of humor and apparently delighted at the thought of reducing opponents to a gibbering mess before crushing them to death. The mace has admittedly seen little use. Do you wish to part with it? Keep it. Thank you. We'll take up a special place in our museum, somewhere upstairs perhaps, somewhere dark as well.
If a few words can help, I'd be happy to talk.
I don't see anywhere dark enough for what you want.
Mournhold, city of light, city of magic.
And honestly, I could give her the Warlock's ring. It's not very good. But I kind of want to do some of the other side quests. And the matchmaker thing actually seems pretty friggin' boring. But there's a third one somewhere. That's got just a worthless thing. Let me see. It's some kind of robe, I think. Robe of the Lich. That one is behind genuinely one of the toughest fights in the game because of a bugged script. Well, I'd like to try it with my busted-ass character. Because I'm pretty overpowered. So, how do I do this? I feel like I went there. And nothing happened when I did. Maybe... let me check quests. Would be nice if I could, like, search these. Or if they were in some kind of order. Helios. Huh. Now it looked like I didn't get whatever quest it was, even though I went to the place that it's... seems like it's supposed to tell me. Or at least I think I did. Well, guess I'll have to get to the sewers. And hope I remember how to get to Old Mournhold. I already don't remember, but you know. Temple sewers. I presume those are near the palace sewers. I can probably go to the palace sewers from here and try to get to the temple from there. Whee! The true toughest opponent is navigating these fucking sewers. I believe you. The true enemy of the platypus is man. Alright, palace sewers, west, bazaar, royal palace basement. Alright. Punch the guy who designed these sewers in the nose. Yeah. Because the palace sewers don't connect to the temple sewers, even though the palace is right next to the fucking temple. Because that would only make sense, right? Battlefield. Palace. Where the fuck are the temple sewers? Alright, actually, you know what? I have a different idea. I'm just gonna go to the temple and go to the sewers from there. Because you can do that from the temple basement. We made 90% of the expansion take place in a non-Euclidean sewer system. What if I stole your kneecaps? Yeah, it's not great. I can already tell. Solstheim is better because at least it makes sense. And like navigating, it's honestly not that hard. Even that thing you talked about was like that quest was a real pain for you. Following the map, it actually wasn't that bad, honestly. Like, finding those standing stones. It really wasn't that bad. Just... I think the time I had the most trouble was I mixed up what west and east were. Which I do frequently. Solstheim's biggest sin is it's kind of boring. Yeah, there's not a lot there, and I think enemies respawn... Well, enemies respawn super quickly just to give you something to do there. Really flat and uninteresting. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff to find on Solstheim. Like, almost everything... Okay, so... The one, like, incentive you might have to explore Solstheim would be to try to find more Stalrim. But... who gives a shit, right? Solstheim and Dragonborn is much better? Yeah, but Skyrim in general just has a very explorable world. Like, I wouldn't even put that specifically on Dragonborn. And it's just, they brought it to Skyrim. It's gotta be very explorable and nice, because people are used to that now. On the other hand, it looks like ass. Maybe my nostalgia's filtering it, but I don't remember it looking bad. I would be willing to admit that was a nostalgia filter in my brain, and Skyrim just looks nice in my head forever now. Storm armor is one of your favorites in Skyrim, but in Blood Moon, it's really ugly. Oh wait, you were talking about the... If you're a medium armor user, it's the best medium... You were talking about Stalrim. Okay, yeah. Boxy as fuck, I imagine. I'm not even that big a fan of it in Skyrim, because, it's like, there's way too much exposure on it. It's like, this is, like, ice armor. This armor crafted from magical ice. I feel like you can be a bit more covering with that. And I don't know, like, I don't really like Skyrim's leather armor that much either for the same reason. Then again, I, in general, as a person, don't like wearing armor that overexposes me. Like, feet and hands should be uncovered, and that's about it for me. The fur armor variant that's just a kilt? That's a bit different, because that's, like, exposure on purpose. A true Nord never wears shirts. No, here's the thing. When it's, like, when it's the shirtless look, that works. But when it's like, oh, your elbows and, like, your underarms are fully exposed, it's like, it's weird. That's parts I wanted to protect in my body. I guess it's not the abandoned crypt, because this place only leads to itself. It's cool how fur armor has so many variants. Yeah, it makes me wonder if they wanted to do that with lots of armor sets, and... because there's also, like, the Imperial heavy armor, which has some variation to it, too. Let's try Temple Sewers West, maybe. Given the Legion, I feel like you'd only want the fully covering one. But Nords. The region. Sorry, like I've said, this is just barely covering up, like, the first letter. I think I've got it uncovered now. Not this area. Temple Catacombs, Temple Gardens. I think it's through Temple Gardens. Speaking of the Legion, though, why don't they wear pants? Because the Roman aesthetic. They go for the kilt, you know? They're from Cyrodiil, they're not used to the cold, why don't they have pants? You know, that's probably the reason the Legion didn't just full stomp them going through, because they're not equipped right. That happens in plenty of real-life wars. They didn't send them with warm enough clothes, and so they're just stuck. Not even always that warmth is the issue. Sometimes it's just... you're not covered enough. Redna Relvel's tomb. Yeah, I went in there when I came down here the first time, but nothing happened there. At least I think nothing happened. Oh yeah, it did have the unusual smell and presence. Oh, I didn't need to come down here yet. Oopsie doopsie. I was actually supposed to... Dang it. Tell you what. There. I can get back down there easier. You. Said I was supposed to talk to you. What am I supposed to say? Oh. Just latest rumors. Heard there's a new strange disease going around. Neril Andarin, one of our healers in the temple, seems to think it has to do with rats. You don't look like someone who'd be afraid of rats. Maybe you could talk to her and offer your help. Sure, why not? Neril Andarin at the temple.
He's a hard man, all right.
The fuck? I don't need to hear about that. Nah, not you two.
Almalexia
Whatever you
knows
want.
and sees.
Within reason.
Take whatever you need, my friend. Within reason, of course. That's how she's talking. Maybe down here? Ah, there you are. Hello, Angarth III. Interested in the rumors circulating around the city? Say that I consider them to be exaggerations of the truth. Several people have fallen ill lately, to be sure, but it's hardly the epidemic people are making it out to be. As long as you're here, however, perhaps I could ask a small favor of you. Epidemic. Yes, the whole thing has been blown out of proportion, in my opinion. That does not mean, however, that I am not taking it seriously. Believe me, the temple is keeping a close eye on the situation, as am I. What favor? Yes, well, it's not much really. A simple delivery that needs to be made. Actually, Yon Arlene reported being ill earlier this week, yet refuses to come to the temple for healing. Some nonsense about a collection of his... At any rate, if he will not come to us, then we must take the initiative and go to him. Deliver the cure disease potion to him. Yes, I know it's a menial task, most likely beneath someone of your statue. I'd take it myself, but I need to stay here in case anyone else arrives needing assistance. I do appreciate it. Where is he? His house is in God's Reach. He rarely leaves it, from what I understand.
Help.
Okay, I'll handle it.
Many blessings.
Hey, Alms. God's Reach should be over here, yeah. Should be right about here. One second, please. Storm's here in the city? Yeah. Here's your potion. You deliver the potion? Yeah, take it. Thank you so much, Angarth III. To return to my work in full health. Give my regards to Neril, will you? Report back to Neril. Menial was correct. One of those quests that's like, How would you ever figure out this is how you do this, unless you go about doing random crap that doesn't connect? Like, ah yes, I've been in this tomb. I should talk to a woman who has no indication. Fucking... That actually scared the fuck out of me. Ugh. Rats at last had died. This is a serious turn of events in Goth III. Perhaps I've underestimated what's going on here. May I ask another favor of you? If it involves rats, forget it. Well, alright, fine, ask. Hope it's not too much of an imposition. There's another sick individual who needs healing. Athelin Malas is out in the temple courtyard. The ordinators won't let him come in. They've seen the increase in people requesting healing from the temple and fear that allowing him access will only spread whatever disease it is he carries. Take a cure disease potion to him. Yes, I know, please don't hate me. When those vicious rats showed up, I realized I still can't afford to leave the temple. Besides, I'd like to take a closer look at one of them. See if I can't really figure out what's going on here. Take the potion to Athelin Malas. He should be somewhere in the courtyard. I do appreciate this.
Health and healing, alas.
Yeah, fine. I went the wrong way.
I clean this temple, Sarah.
This is probably the guy.
Up at the temple.
They won't let me in. I'm sick, man, and the bastards won't let me in. There you go. They sent you out with a potion instead of letting me come in. Fine, whatever, I don't care. Just tired of being sick. Just give it to me, will you? Yeah. There's someone around here that's determined to let an old man die. Let's take this and go home. No sense hanging around here. Yeah. She's really not turning this shit off, is she? Yeah, I think she's made her point. Oh, there you are.
Health and
Got some
healing
ordinators with you
are my
now.
Specialties.
You delivered it? Be grateful if you've done me that favor. Yeah, I did it. Deliver the potion, wonderful in Goth III. No, it was a simple task, perhaps even an annoying one. It was important nonetheless. Imagine Gyorn Aulin will be feeling much better in the next few days. Thank you for aiding me. Afraid there's more serious work to be done. Now I've determined the Crimson Plague is behind all this. The what now? I had to do quite a bit of research to find any useful information. Seems the disease was stamped out during the Second Age, but now it's resurfaced. I'm not sure how or why, but I know something must be done about it. It spreads easily and acts quickly. Now that you're one of the few people aware of what's really going on, I'm going to enlist your help in learning more about this reappearance of the Crimson Plague. I'd look into this myself, but I need to remain here in case more victims come in for treatment. I imagine that reasoning is becoming all too familiar to you, yes? Perhaps you could check it out for me? I'd start by checking the sewers and tombs beneath here if I were you. Rats seem to be coming from there and up through the temple's basement. Must be something they're coming into contact with. Sure. In the base. Alright, the fuck's going on here?
It's
alive.
Is unfamiliar.
Yeah, it's gonna stay that way, whatever the fuck you are. Shunari must speak with Ungoth III. She has seen things, oh yes, things that Ungoth III needs to know, quickly, before Guard wakes up. Shunari snuck in, had to knock poor Guard out. Guards do not like Shunari. They take her to jail if they see her, and then Shunari will die because she is sick. Ungoth III must help Shunari, and then Shunari will help Ungoth III. Yes, Ungoth III helps now. Shunari saw Ungoth III go into tomb under temple. When Ungoth III left, Shunari went in to see if treasure was left, and then... Shunari will not say more. She is sick and needs help. We'll cure her of bad disease, and then Shunari will tell more. Hurry, before poor Shunari dies. Meet Shunari in Temple Gardens with spell or scroll. Shunari does not trust potions that could be poisoned. Go see Nerl and Darn. She knows Shunari. She will help. Yeah. I have Cure Common and Cure Blight Disease. So, I guess I can ask Nerl anyways. Nerl. You know, Nah. You really, said go talk to her? Oh, help Shunari. Yes, I know her, but keep your voice down. The guards have been looking for her. She's quite the accomplished thief, it seems. Take this scroll. If she needs curing, she won't have anything to do with potions. Does not trust potions that could be poison. Cast a spell on me that could be fire points. Fire her. 100 points on touch. Yeah, don't worry. This is cure disease. Just... sorry. That was the spell of... Wait. See, this cell eradicates disease. Did I say disease? I meant all cells. Disease comes from cells most of the time, so it worked. Unless it's a virus, in which case maybe it wouldn't. She thinks they're all poison, or at least they could be. You have a spell you can use, that'll work too. Leave Goss offers something that might work. Go quickly. Scroll of Credite's Panacea.
And healing are my special.
I mean, I know cure common disease if I need it, but... Hey, you good? The weather is odd. Good to know. Yeah. Gotta go to the east. To the east of the temple sewers. Athletics 98. I think I'm just carrying a skull around. Yeah. The skull looks happy to be carried around. Yeah, Oddford Whitelip. I think I'll probably end the stream by doing by finishing that quest, actually. Thank you for reminding me again. Why do you think she's called Whitelip? That's a weird name. Is it because she's a skeleton? But then you'd say she doesn't have lips at all, not that they're white. Does white lip mean something? Moon sugar? That makes too much sense. How did I not think of it? She had a bad moon sugar addiction. Is Ingoth third here to help Shunari? Cure Shunari and then Shunari will help Ingoth in return. Yeah, I'll cure ya. Hang on.
What does the Argonian mean?
Oh wait, that's not non-touch. This only works on blight disease. Well, I still got, There we go. Shunari feels much better now. Now Shunari will tell Ungath all about getting a Relvel. Yeah? Shunari has said that she watched Ungath the Third open tomb. Shunari has often wondered what treasure lays in tomb, but door is too heavy. Shunari cannot open it. So when Ungath leaves, Shunari goes in for a look. She finds corpse in coffin, but corpse gets up and attacks. Poor Shunari can do nothing to fight it. Says it is Gedna Relvel, and has come to spread crimson plague to all of Mournhold. Even though Shunari feels ill, she comes to find Ungath for help. Bad disease it must be, for it makes poor Shunari feel weak, hurts her poor head. But Ungath has made Shunari feel much better, so Shunari will not dwell on how Ungath allowed disease to spread by opening Forbidden Tomb. Now brave Ungath will go and find and kill Gedna. Hey, quick reminder, you're the one who opened up the coffin. So I'd say, a little more finality, you're the one who spread the disease. I've inadvertently caused the spread of the disease by opening her tomb. Yeah, but she's far more... Really? I didn't open up any of the caskets and let the actual lich out. And they're just rats everywhere. So many rats. The rats at last had died. At that time, I saw a bright, cold sky. But some people think the Crimson Plague is the Thracian Plague, but you don't think so. The Thracian Plague can be cured by a simple cure disease. Surely it wouldn't have ravaged the continent like it did. I'll admit that that's probably a hole in my Elder Scrolls lore, the Thracian Plague. But yeah, this is cured by a normal disease. This has to be... And also, it's apparently not even spreading that fast. Like, apparently the temple is catching people basically as soon as they get sick and healing them. So I have to think, in general, it's going okay. Like, the best you could argue is maybe cure disease magic wasn't as good in the Second Era, but it became good as a response to the Thracian Plague to prevent something like that happening again. Yeah, that's the most I would be able to come up with. Was I not supposed to come here yet? Oh. There was another thing I was supposed to ask her that I just didn't because I didn't fucking see it. That's fun. Maybe? Yeah. But, I don't know. I feel like if it were the Thracian Plague, wouldn't they just be calling it the Thracian Plague here? Why would they tiptoe around it? Oh. Shunari is scared once she catches bad disease. Wants only to get away from evil lich. So Shunari does not see how secret passage in tomb works. Secret passage. Shunari does not know for sure how passage works. She sees Gedna Relvel walk down ladder, and up to wall between two columns. Shunari looked away, and when she looked back, nasty lich was gone. Ravengoth try and enter passage and kill foul lich?
Greetings to my good friend.
Yeah, Thracian Plague had a similar impact to the Black Plague in Europe, and to be fair, the bubonic plague is actually pretty easy to treat now. Another interesting thing, is that there's a very high chance, if you're of European descent, you'd actually be very, very resistant to the Black Plague, even if you caught it, like, in modern ages. Because it's actually theorized that that was the second bubonic plague outbreak. The first one might have killed even more people, and that the 1/3 of people who managed to, like, not really get sick were ones whose ancestors had caught the previous outbreak. And now, if you're of European descent, it's highly likely you're still a descent of that. Or, I don't know, maybe the ones who caught it more recently. Find a rock wall in the bottom chamber and stand in front of it. I'm sure how to actually open the passage. Yeah. Thracian Plague is supposedly a biological weapon developed by the Slodes and Thras. Wouldn't expect to be possible to cure it very easily. Slode being masters of necromancy and esoteric magic. If you told me if the Thracian Plague were like a blight disease, possibly. And it's like, yeah, no, the temple probably could still fight that nowadays, but I'd believe that blight disease was a lot harder to cure. Hell, it's harder to cure even now. So bad it prompted probably the only instance of a pan-Tamrielic navy in history. Wow. I have no fucking clue where this hidden thing is. Wait. I see. Was down the ladder, not up it. That explains it. Yeah. You got a lot of skeletons in here. What are you, a necromancer? All the races contributed to the All Flags Navy to sink Thras. I don't think there any other point in Tamriel's history where everyone united like that. It was that serious. I mean, probably the closest to that single event, very intentionally ignoring ESO. I mean, I would have said the closest you can get would be Tiber Septim's empire. Which, even then, like, a very large part of Black Marsh was not involved, but they just said they won anyways. But no, that's an interesting thing. It was like, literally everyone was like, okay, we're gonna go kill the Slodes. Anyone who has a boat, come with me. Yeah! And they all just got in their boats and went out there. And you say they sunk Thras. Was Thras an entire island that they just blew up? Because if so, badass. Weakling, you dare cross my threshold. You then will be the first to fall before the undead army sweeps across this land like a plague, cleansing it of your flesh. Die, mortal. Got him. Robe of the Lich. Cast on use, drain health 600 points, fortify magicka 300 points. Okay, here's the thing. If I were a Breton wearing the Savior's hide, if I'm not mistaken, you could use that and just regain all your magicka. A whole archipelago, actually. Archipelago. Noun. A group of islands. Yeah, I'm willing to bet OpenMW fixed the bug with her health. Because I have read about that before. Wasn't it they accidentally made it so she had, like... She was supposed to have, like, something like 60 or some times your endurance, but they accidentally made it 600 times, so she had, like... Or maybe even 6,000, so she had, like, 10 to 100 times more health than she was supposed to. Yet Narelvel is dead this time, yes? And there is no more treasure to be found? Then Shunari has no reason to stay. Angath should go tell Narel and Darren that Lich is gone. Shunari will not forget what Angath has done, though her path may not cross Angath's again. Farewell.
Good friend, this is an honor.
Look, I appreciate that you're sticking your tits out and purring at me, but I'm married and also not interested in cats. Copy the health command 3 times instead of increasing fatigue and magicka. Ah. So she was supposed to have a bunch of all 3 stats, but they accidentally just gave her a fuckload of health. And she also has... Doesn't she also have, like, passive health regen or something? Or at that amount of health, she could genuinely just use her robe and barely feel it, so you couldn't wait out her magicka. And because there might have even been a thing where she could technically regain more magicka, more health via her magic and passive healing than she'd spend to regain her magicka or something. That would be bullshit. Any news about the Crimson Plague? Yeah. With Gedna Relvel dead, perhaps we've stemmed the tide of this outbreak before it's spread too far. I'll have the guards on the lookout for any more rats. There shouldn't be many left now. Mournhold owes you quite a debt, Ungarth, whether it knows it or not. I cannot offer you much in the way of payment, but I can grant you the power to heal. Hope you'll not often find cause to use it. Grace of Alm Civi. Restore health 30 to 80 points. Restore fatigue 60 to 100 points. Cure common disease.
Health and healing.
That last part isn't very useful, but I understand why they'd have that on a power. She has restore abilities for health, fatigue, and magicka, and she could help if they gave her magic resist. She could just restore her magicka infinitely. Because sometimes they fuck it up, and characters with a magic item don't actually use up charge on it.
It's another perfect day.
But for Ungarth, this thing is not really worth having. She has 600 magic resist. Okay, so she could generally use it forever. She would never run out of magicka. Especially if it forgets to, like, actually decrease charge if she uses it. She's built different. Well, gotta give OpenMW the credit.
Within reason.
Hey, you want these? Information is scarce at best when it comes to this artifact. Some have said it was pulled from a lich when it was defeated, others say it was developed by an evil mage who wanted the power of a lich without the drawbacks. Either way, it's a powerful item indeed. Do you wish to part with it? I can offer you some gold for it. Take it. I must say, I feel more comfortable with this in the museum's collection than I would knowing it was somewhere out in the world. Now, about that piece. You've already been quite a friend to the museum. I'll give you the piece. Like, oh yeah, no, you're right. Oh, wait, how the fuck did you know that? I literally just did that. How long ago? Maybe 5 minutes? Did you disinfect it? What the fuck does that mean? Intern, I need you to carry something for me. The Mournhold rumor mill is wild. Give you the piece, classifying it as a Dwemer battle shield. As I said, I'm not sure what to make of it. The spike attached to the front of the shield seems to be loose, but a competent smith can probably take care of that for you. Good luck to you. If you're able to recreate the Blade of Nerva, I'd love to see the finished product. It's the odd Dwemer weapon. Broken Dwemer blade piece. Dwemer battle shield. Sure enough. But I'm guessing it's not actually supposed to be a shield. Now, I could probably talk to the craftsman in Craftsman's Hall about actually putting it back together. Maybe you. Here to make weapons, not to chat. Speaking of which... Hey, make any blade you want. Don't care whose it was to start with or who this Nerevar is. Bring me the pieces, I'll put it together better than it was before. Work with that kind of material, I'll work for free. I'll need the pieces first. Now go away. An odd construction to be sure. Let me see. As I thought. These two pieces aren't supposed to be attached. Looks like a regular Dwemer shield with this other piece attached. Hope you didn't pay too much for that shield, friend. Nothing special as far as I can see. The other piece is interesting, though. Dwemer in origin, but unlike anything I've seen before. It's actually the piece attached to it I was looking for. Oh, you're probably fine then. Battle shield has been removed, and it actually gives you Dwemer shield and broken Dwemer blade piece. Okay. Got some interesting pieces there. I can work with this. Make the best blade you've ever seen. Not that I figure you'd know a daikatana from a butter knife. Don't be an asshole. Hey, I've used a daikatana before. I've used a flail, I've used a friggin' warhammer. Right now I use a spear, and I'll shove it up your ass if you don't shut up. Come back in 2 days' time and I'll have your blade. Now leave me alone.
Need custom armor?
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm just gonna zone out in your waiting room for 2 straight days. This is the power of the Argonians. I don't think that's an Argonian thing. I think that guy's just fucking crazy. Where the fuck were you? Figure I'm finished, huh? You said 2 days. Here's your blade. Before you ask, I don't know why it doesn't burn. I'm a smith, not an enchanter. You want Dwemer enchantments on this thing? Talk to a Dwemer. I do know one. What? Yeah, I know one. Could try asking him. Was he an enchanter? I don't think he was an enchanter. Anyway, what are you on about? I know, they're all dead. Yeah, all but one of them. Look, I've heard rumors of a powerful Dwemer mystic, Radak Stungenthums. Lived in Bamzam Shend. He's long gone, maybe some of his writings still exist. You can find any of them, I'll see what I can do for you. Actually... Yagak Grog Look says he cannot enchant the blade, but he suggests I visit the ruins of Bamzam Shend and seek the writings of the Dwemer mystic Radak Stungenthums. In return with some of the writings, he believes he may be able to enchant the blade for me.
Custom armor? I'm the one you want.
I mean, I actually did pick up a bunch of books. Water channeling and pressure. Fabrication of metals. Cog replacement and maintenance. Combustibles and fire safety. Machina power consumption. Pipe fitting. Machinery maintenance. Maybe, I guess, just go back. Bamzam Shend. That's a good-ass name. Bamzam Shend. With another one of you shits over here in there. That... Seriously, how does Mournhold work? Excellent question. I'll let you know when I find out. There's literally nothing under the ground holding it up. Oh, I know what's happening. This thing actually has some charge in it again. Thanks for training my heavy armor skill, pal. Really helpful. It's all fucking hollow. It's just Dwemer cities and sewers. To be fair, I would believe that the Dwemer have somehow set it up so that this is still holding almost anything above it, because the Dwemer are bullshit like that. The sewers, on the other hand, they're gods. Or some other such bullshit. This could have some writings in it. Yeah. As long as I had a red year, there should have been the Morrowind sinkhole. The entire city collapses in the ground. It's like, yeah, when Vivek finally bit the dust, or maybe left somewhere, you know, whatever. Eventually, the meteor he'd left in the sky just continued what it was doing and fell with full momentum. Because instead of stopping it, you know, physically, he stopped it in time like a jackass. Whole thing could have been avoided if he just, you know... Actually, I don't know. He's a dumbass. Yeah, he just fucking left it there. You think, I don't know, maybe the last bit of his divine power should have been used to put that somewhere else, so... I don't know, maybe the fault line connected to Red Mountain doesn't get hit and blow it all the fuck up. That might have been smart. You could have at least turned it around so it flew back at Sheogorath. That would have been funny. Sheogorath wouldn't even have retaliated. It would have been so funny. I think you hit Shio with the reverse Uno card. He just laughs and takes it. Of course, nothing's stopping, Sheogorath from deciding to pull a Madara. Actually, nothing really should have stopped him from pulling a Madara the first time. For those of you who don't know, I'm saying Sheogorath should have said, "Oh, nicely done, you stopped the meteor. What are you gonna do about the second one?" It's like, in a battle of attrition of who has more meteors versus who can stop time more often, I feel like at one point Vivek has to go recharge and Sheogorath doesn't. Now, granted, Sheogorath doesn't have unlimited rogue moons to chuck. I love that they just freeze and topple over. Redaxed Forge. If it's anywhere, it'd be here. What the? Is that a ghost? What are you doing down here? Leave an old spirit to his haunts. Are you a Dwemer? Want to talk to a Dwemer mystic? Look, I'm no mystic. Wasn't when I was alive either. I'm a soldier, kid. Plain and simple. Sure, I made weapons for my troops, no secret there. No mystic, though. Do you want to add fire to that blade? Yeah. That's all you want to do. You don't need a mystic, whelp. I can take care of that for you. You need some, pyroil tar, though. You used to have some around here. It was a long time ago. Find in the lower caves of Norenendur, in the citadel of Mindrur. An old ruin far beneath Bamzabashend. Swear no one is happy with a simple blade that cleaves bone. Always need the special effects. Allegedly, it's not a rogue moon. It's actually dung, either Vivek's or Malakath's, depending on the story. I see. While I fully believe that Sheogorath is petty enough to chuck a lump of Vivek's own shit at his face, I question where he got it from. Now, this is some interesting storytelling here. Is like, oh, this enchantment is far beyond anything we can do. This must have been something a legendary dwarven craftsman made. You meet the dwarven craftsman, he's like, oh, I was, like, just kind of average. Oh, you just need to set it on fire permanently? Yeah, I can do that. That's easy. This storytelling of, no, that wasn't hard for them. This thing way beyond our enchanting abilities was super easy for them to do. Passage of the Walker. Leave your yeah. No, this is the real reason Argonians don't wear shoes. It's because it's so they don't have anything to leave behind when they go cave diving every time. Interesting, you have to go to Norrönd anyway to get the pyroil tar. At least, I assume. Now, I'll fully admit, I have no fucking clue what I'm looking for or how to get it. Well, I mean, I know what it is, I don't know what it looks like, I should specify. Not in that empty crater over there, at least. Nothing in here either. Ah. Who'da thunk? This entire room is pointless. Oh, what fun. This was the Lesser Daedra Orgy Room. The ghost of Radak Stungentums. He's not a mystic, nor was he in life. I retrieved pyroil tar from the caves of Mirdrur, far beneath the ruins of Bamzam Shend. Mindrur. Hang on, I thought he said Norrönd Not to be confused with the Daedric Prince Orgy Room with all the statues. It's just like a door entrance here? That's weird. Swish, don't try to stop you from talking about the lore of Daedric orgies. Oh. You're at the wrong angle, you're still under it while looking up even though you could breathe. I mean, I guess for an Argonian specifically, that could totally happen. If the snout's long enough. Bitch. Motherfucker. Ghost. The Teeth That Gnash. That's a hell of a name. Ow. Citadel of Mindur. Alright, let's get to looking. Basilica of Divine Whispers. Alright, this is the Prince Orgy room. Course. Something behind this throne? No. Hashti Drur. Ah. With a Daedric Tonto. Don't need it, but cool that you're a Daedra and a weeb. Yeah, I actually couldn't find that corpse when I killed it the first time because there were just so many friggin' Daedra. That was almost the wrong way. I gotta go this way. There we go. Back to Redak's Forge. Here? No. Hey, Redak. You find that pyro altar yet? Yeah, that's the stuff. Here, I'll do this. There's your sword. Not a bad-looking blade, actually. Good luck to you, youngster. Leave this old dwarf alone. Go. Alright, sure, fine. True Flame. Fire damage 30 points. And this thing actually does just have straight up more damage than the Spear of the Hunter. But considering the number of characters with Reflect, I think my empty spear might be a little stronger at the moment. Though admittedly, I'd have a block chance with that sword. And if I had the Dragonbone mail, I wouldn't have to fear reprisal at all, would I? Alright, I got it. Why do all of you keep saying that shit when I'm near?
Come, bathe in the light of my mercy.
Greetings, my dearest servant. You were to forge the Blade of Nerevar once again. Yeah, I got it here. The blade is reforged. Our time has almost arrived. There is but one obstacle that stands in our way, though it pains me to believe it is so. Sothasil. I cannot count the times I have fought by the magician's side. It was he who stood with me the day I fought in Mournhold and banished Mehrunes Dagon to the depths of oblivion. Yeah, for another... was the timetable on that again, Hist? Yeah, not much longer. It was Sotha Sil who was able to delve the mysteries of Kagurnak's tools and raise me to my rightful station. Now, though the Tinker has become unstable. And about him, do not concern yourself. Right, fine, why is he unstable? Once Sotha Sil was like we are, the Lord Vivek and I. He spent time among these mortals, instructing them, counseling them, protecting them from harm. He may have loved them more than any of us, though I know not why. It has been many years since any have seen the sorcerer, though. Many more since he took initiates into his service. I believe he grew weary of mortal imperfections and retired to his clockwork city, where he reshapes life, and some say the very world, into an image he finds pleasing. Alright, do not concern yourself, God. It's strange how she just admits her powers came from the heart and use of the tools. Well, Almalexia is really good at gaslighting herself into thinking what she did was correct. Clockwork City. His lair is as puzzling as the mind of the sorcerer himself. Ever-moving, ever-changing, its levers and gears responding to its master's will alone. It is here he performs his profane experiments, aided by his magic and tainted by his madness. Madness. I have suspected for some time that the Lord Sotha Sil has entered Sheogorath's realm. I've been there before. Come again? I've been there before. Met my wife there, actually. You have a wife? Yeah, I feel like I've mentioned that very out loud. And in fact, I feel like you're literally the only person who doesn't respond to that until right this second. His visits have been more and more infrequent and punctuated by violent fits of anger. He began to speak of the fall of the Tribunal and the return of the old gods. But Sotha Sil is not a seer, he is a maker. He shapes the here and the now, while only I have been privy to what is to come. Yeah, story they told us is that they attained their power through superhuman virtue, elevating them to divinity. Yeah, but she also already knows that I already know where they actually got it, so... I know this. He is no longer the man he once was. He is completely mad. It was his creations, these fabricants, that attacked my city. This once great man is now a danger to Mournhold and to all of Morrowind. He must be stopped, Ungoth. Here's a sign of her deteriorating mental state. She can't even keep her lies straight anymore. That too. Must be stopped, huh? Believe it is your calling to stop Sotha Sil's mad schemings. I do not know that he can be reasoned with Ungoth III, but it is possible. If he cannot be, you must end his life. Though the idea saddens me, it is best for Morrowind, and it is best for him as well. You have the power to do this. The true flame can kill a god if wielded by one of noble intent. I got other shit, too. Steel yourself, Ungoth, and do what must be done. I'll send you to his Clockwork City now, if you're prepared. Give me, like, 5 minutes. One final mission for me to stop Sotha Sil. Tells me that the god has gone mad. He is the creator of the fabricants that attacked Mournhold. The goddess will transport me to Sotha Sil's Clockwork City. There, I should try to reason with Sotha Sil. Almalexia believes he is beyond reason. He will not be swayed. I'm going to use True Flame to end his life. Yeah, it's gonna check something. I don't assume it's gonna let me, but... These powers are her right, but they come from the heart and were given to her by someone else's efforts. The Ash Storms are a demonstration of her power, but she uses a Dwemer machine to make it happen because she doesn't have enough power to do it herself. Yeah, like I said, she's kind of just still gaslighting herself into thinking what she's doing is right. But you're literally the only person... You can't actually lie to you about it because you are literally there doing it for her. Alright.
Mournhold, City of Light.
I wonder if by some twist of her insane mind, if she actually, at this exact moment, thinks you're still going to go in there and talk to Sotha Sil, who she's already murdered.
And you'll regret it.
Like, if she's, like, lit herself up that bad yet. If she actually thinks that right now.
Many blessings upon you, my loyal servant.
Wait, no, not that. One second, I want to save, because I think you actually can't come back for a while once you go in there, and I want to be sure. So long, Syl. I worry greatly about Sotha. Syl if he's gone mad. Dang me, I shall send you now. Do what you must, Nerevarine. Alright, final dungeon. And, yeah, I'm gonna level with you. I know there's some trickery. There's some tricksy hobbitses to be found here. Man, it's just like that level of... I guess technically this would have come before LEGO Star Wars. Or maybe not, actually. When was LEGO... No, LEGO Star Wars had to be after this. There's an example of the tricksy hobbits, as I was mentioning. Okay, so that just also opens that door. I thought it might turn off the trap or something. Ah, poor little freak. I think I actually do need those. The speed ones I think I need. The strength ones I for sure don't. But speed is another question. I am at 98. That might be enough. LEGO Star Wars was a few years later. Yeah, I thought so. But in the original LEGO Star Wars, there's one place with a door that looks almost exactly like these things. And as a kid, I went crazy because I couldn't figure out it was a door. I thought it was a platform I was supposed to jump onto to get to the next area. This was probably 2003. First LEGO Star Wars was 2005. Yeah. Built the sill, inner flooded halls. Look, if this was your attempt to remake Argonians, it was a shit attempt. I'd even put Daedroth above whatever the fuck these things are, Sotha. Alright, let's take a look the other way. Nothing. Hall of Delirium. I think the bulb's out on this one, dude. You gotta replace it. I thought that might deal damage. It doesn't. Yeah! Obscures my vision, though. Ah, spears coming out of the ground infinitely. Covered in blood. Good adventurers go left. Nothing in here. I suppose those aren't nothing. They do give me those special potions. Ah. Alright, that's how you get around that. Just walk. Central gear work. Ow, bitch. Fascinating. And stupid. Some of these gears are clearly doing jack shit. Like, why would you give them teeth if they're not doing anything? Like, that is to make them connect to other gears and turn something from a distance. If they're just out there and not spinning with it. These two are spinning against each other. Either Sothasil or the Dwemer are dumbasses. Style over substance. A thought just occurred. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Look, I can hit hard. I don't know if I can hit that hard. When you're a god, you can have both. I guess. And this one gives strength, which I for sure don't need. Maybe that's why this place is falling apart now. Yeah, also all the fucking... These had to have been light sockets at some point, right? Or... No, these are just actual spark generators, it seems. Dome of Cassia. Ah, yes. Let's see if I can do this myself. Yes, I can. Via jumps and ups. Dome of Cerulean. Ow, Okay, just that one makes it open. But then... Ah! Noted. I guess I don't need these. I thought I might for that one thing there. Maybe if I... I feel like nothing I do is affecting this. Nya 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 nya. Maybe if I leave that one open, then eventually it'll force itself open to let another one of these out, and I can go through like that. So maybe I just wait and it'll do that. I feel like I might be onto something, but at the same time, I have no way of knowing if I am. Oh, hey! School of the Cat Raid in! Cat Raid! Let me give you a shout out. Alrighty. Hello, the Pop TJ. I'm, Hey, Vintage. Green Ghost Pie, Supreme Master, welcome in. I'm at the Clockwork City, getting ready to finish Morrowind, and, gonna level with you. I don't know what to do here. I think I'm onto something. This thing, like, forced itself open and crept out one of these guys at one point. I figure if I have this on, then the next time it forces itself open, I can go, because I think that controls the inner door and this one controls the outer door. But they can't both be open at the same time. I might be onto that. Try pressing that button. Yeah, can't have them on at the same time. I can turn this one off. So what I would do? Start pressing random shit. I feel like that's only going to get me so far is the problem. Okay, I was right. It did eventually crap out another one. And, because I had that open, that part was forced open inside as well. I feel like they should make that happen slightly more frequently, though. Like, I get not wanting to bombard you with those things, but at the same time, it's like, you're not gonna get that the first time you go in. Just repair my special spear I got from Blood Moon. Ah! Oh no! Molten feces! Best not step in that. Yeah, I think to pull that lever you need 100 strength, which is why they have enemies that drop strength boosting stuff, but I think I'm kind of fine on that. Olive Miletho. Where do you think Hircine got this spear? I assume he made it. I mean, that would just be my first through third guesses. Is like where Vivek got his spear? That... I don't want to touch this thing anymore, if so. Ah! A crown of sparks upon my head. Ah, here. Rusted lever. Ah! Okay, that froze up for a sec. Dome of the Imperfect. Hey, how's it going? Let's... yeah! Robot, here is. Ah! Imperfect, sure enough. Elixir of the Imperfect. Restore health and fatigue 20 points for 15 seconds. Nice. They piss out a fire beam? Sure looked like it. Oh look, another one with its arm off. And it's still hooked up. This one still got wires out of it. Maybe this one wasn't done. Oh, what is that face? Gross. It's funny that the Imperfect, these things like in the DLC, they're supposed to be superimposing. These are like... This is how big the Dwarven Centurions in Skyrim are, whereas the Centurions in this game are like barely above person-sized. Sotha Sayonara. Dome of Sotha Sil. Alright, here he... Oh, he's dead as shit. What is with his eyes, though? Those are not... Yeah. Sleepy guy? Yeah, no, he's just sleeping and... He's a cyborg. Taking a nap? Yeah, no, he's just taking a little cyborg nap, I'm sure. Wake up, buddy. You have found the body of Sotha Sil, his lifeless hulk dangling from a contraption of his own making. Someone has obviously been here before you. His funny pharaoh mask, yeah. I guess I'll go tell Alma.
Here it ends. This clockwork city was to be your death. You were to be my greatest martyr, the heroic Nerevarine, sacrificing all to protect Morrowind from the mad Sotha Sil. But you live.
Yeah, kinda.
I will tell the tale myself.
Ah, you switched off your
I will tell
reverb. Thank you, it was hard to understand you.
Breath, you proclaimed your devotion to me, the one true God.
Are you a tree? If not, not my god.
People again under one God, one faith, one rule by my divine law. The puppet king will lay down his arms and bow to my will.
Those who do not yield will be destroyed.
My god, it's Hatsune Miku.
The Mazed Band has allowed me to travel to this place. Here I slew Sothasil. Here I
Rude.
summoned fabricants to attack Mournhold. I
Why?
will be the savior of my people. I alone will be their salvation. None may stand in my way. Not you, and certainly not Vivek. He is a poet, a fool. I will
You're really
deal
pacing
with
back
him
and forth with your arms behind your back, huh?
And Sothasil. He always thought himself our better, shunning us, locking himself in his hole. He spoke not a word as he died, not a whisper. Even in death he mocked me with his silence. But I think you will scream, mortal. For now you face the one true God.
Yeah, fuck. Almalexia has appeared in the Clockwork City and revealed all. Using the dimension-traveling powers of the Mazed Band, Almalexia traveled to the Clockwork City to slay Sothasil and to portal the Fabricants to Mournhold. She believes the time of the Tribunal is ended, and she alone may usher Morrowind into a new era as the one savior of her people. I fear it is Almalexia who has gone mad and not Sothasil. Life goal, get a Project Diva arcade cabinet. Fastest. Fuck. Alright, we stun lock her now. Ow. Oh dear. Yeah, da 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 da. Ah. Pretty slow on the uptake there, huh? God, she seems to get hurt pretty often, yeah. Fuck you. Wait, she teleported me here. How the fuck do I leave? Hope's Fire. An even fucking stronger sword. I guess it kept its original enchantment. Whereas True Flame had to be re-enchanted, so... Well, it has better max chop. No, it has worse max, but better min. Which means for fast, it's really strong. Barrelzar's Mazed Bands. Hand. Cast when used, summon Fabricant, 120 seconds on self. Alright, she said the ring would, Almalexia is dead in my hand. The goddess hoped to leave me here dead and make me a martyr to her new cause. Now she and Sothasil both lie dead in what is left of the Clockwork City. Will a powerful force interrupt the Mazed Band's spell and pull you toward Mournhold? We await the goddess's command. Her word is our law. 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 I will admit, that, Almalexia there definitely got me as close to death as I think anyone has. Since I got to Vardenfell. Actually, I'm not in Vardenfell anymore. What do you want? Bad Almalexia. Source of compassion, sympathy, protector of the poor and weak. Thanks. Very well.
I clean this temple, sir.
Keeps mentioning Vivek, but,
Keep it that way.
Vivek's still alive. Oh, you bitch again.
You have done well, mortal.
Sleep time?
The
Alright, the
death
pop
of
DJ.
Almalexia is a boon for all of Morrowind, though it may take time for this to be understood. She would have betrayed the Dhamma as surely as she had betrayed all those whom she loved. This was her curse and her undoing. Weep not for Sothasil. He shed his mortality long ago, and I am certain his death was no small relief to him. These gods lived with the burden of a power no mortal was meant to possess. Your work in Morrowind is not finished, Nerevarine.
It feels pretty
Revek
finished.
still lives, but I
Alright.
believe his time grows short. Protect my people. Defend
So,
these lands.
anyone seeing actual
The
fucking
skies of
Azora
Nihil
just
declare
standing
once
here?
again. Let these people suffer no longer. Now go, mortal. Embrace your destiny and go with my blessing.
Ah. The trees just get better all of a sudden? Well, that was fucked up. Hey, hell, Seth, you're never gonna fucking believe this.
Justice never sleeps.
Yeah, sure. Get out of the way. Vivek still lives, and that doesn't sit well with me. He's gonna shove his spear down my throat in a developer RP on a forum one day, and you know what it represents. That's fucked up. Yeah. I should probably go deal with. Like, I feel like chat might be the Hist's voice trying to explain things to Ungoth. Just, yeah, that sounds annoying.
Your loyal
Hey,
service may
hell,
be
Seth.
rewarded.
You're not gonna believe it. Been hearing many stories about you, Ungoth. About the goddess, in fact. Been hearing stories about a great deal of strange happenings in my city. Since you learn more about the text, assume the rumors I have heard relate to that. Yeah, the attacks were all Alexia's doing. They say that both she and Sothasil lie dead in the Clockwork City. She murders Sothasil, then tries to kill you as well. Astounding. I believe your tale, Ungoth III, but do not expect my people to be so accepting of it. You'll find it is not so easy to kill these gods in the hearts and minds of their followers. It will take time, but this will be a new era for Morrowind, and I will lead them into it. You've done well, my friend. You have my gratitude. Don't call me that. What did you just give me? You just gave me like 100 pounds of worthless crap. Medium armor. Pick it up. There you go. Elseth has a ring which makes him really hard to kill, so naturally you should kill him. Yeah, no, I kinda said I was gonna try to. Oh. Alright, let's see if I can do this, because I know all that ring does, and it's pretty bullshit. But if you kill him, you can have the ring, which is even more bullshit. Get it? Because he's gonna die. You know what? Let's try to be, strategic about this shit. Where is... There it is. Oh my god, that did not just work. Royal Signet Ring. Reflect 100%. Resist Magicka 100%. Resist Paralysis 100%. Restore Health 10 points. Restore Fatigue 10 points. Oh my god. Oh god.
Help, guard!
This will not go unnoticed. You will be disgraced for this.
Da-da-da-da. I don't even have a bounty. Fuck you, Helseth. Little shit. Been wanting to do that since we met up again. Like how they run away. Like, oh my god, the king's dead. How'd that happen? That ring's busted as shit. The invisible Argonian lurking around them. Alright, you already killed him. Why should we bother? Oh, man. To be fair, okay, to be fair, let's actually, like, calculate the damage I did there. So, full wind back, this thing was near max. That would be 60 damage times... a lot, actually. At 150, you do double damage. At 250, you do triple damage. So, somewhere around 180, and then... what is critical damage in this game? I gotta look this up. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Oh my gosh. Critical multiplier is ×4. So, a rough estimate of my damage, 180 times 4, 720 damage.
Where did I put that?
Yeah, no fucking wonder I just ripped him in half.
Serves them right, the thieving swine.
Do. Tell you what. Give it back.
What is this
Shopping
about?
for enchantments.
Alright, where the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that thing? Only bad part of killing Helseth is it makes Berenzia sad. She'll get over it. This is an actual ebony spear model. Like, they actually just exported the model of the ebony spear without altering it at all. Instead of giving it like a stone texture to look like a statue. No, they crafted a giant one for him to hold. Vivek insisted on it. What do you say? Okay, I'm not gonna try to sneak Vivek. Vivi, baby. There's still another god left. Blood is gone and we've survived, yeah. What'd you hear about Almi? Found Sothasil dead and killed Almalexia. That is very sad. Presume she killed Sothasil. Yeah, thought she might harm me. I presume she tried to kill you, Naravarine. It is all very sad, but death comes to all mortals, and we are all mortal now. In time, death will come to me, Naravarine. Perhaps even at your hands. You can follow his eyes, see. Perhaps even at your hand. Why do you have that spear out? No reason. It is futile to deny one's fate, but nonetheless, I'm afraid I find it all very, very sad that it should end this way. Something that began in such glory and noble promise. Yeah. You know what? Nah. Cast your magic. Do it. Vivek would probably like surprise spear in the back. Vivek went furry mode. Yeah, he started roaring. That motherfucker have an extra copy of... that son of a bitch. All your gods are dead, your religion's a scam! I understand why, because of how plugins kind of have to work together. But I wish the Maze Band would let me go to Solstheim too, because... you know, I got one more thing to do. I have something to do on Solstheim. The gods are dead. And, you know, I've just... I really should have given this spear back sooner. Your gods and your king are dead. What not dumber? What am I doing? I should go to the foreign quarter. This is the foreign quarter. Should go to the Mages Guild to teleport. I am genuinely invincible now. If I come back with this character for mods, I'll probably not wear the ring just so the game can be fun. And I can actually struggle slightly sometimes. Or, you know what, I might crank up the difficulty if I come back with mods. Though this thing still makes me immune to magic. Just completely, because of the reflect 100%. Far you've come. Remember looking for the Vivek informants? Oh, God. I was so pissed at how unhelpful 99% of NPCs were.
Welcome, friend. The day
Now
is
I
yours.
passively regen 12 points a second of my health, and probably even more fatigue, just because you already have passive fatigue regen. I have this spear. Hell, if I really want to, if I want absolute max damage, because here's the thing. Because of that ring on, even if it gets reflected onto me, it's still not gonna hit me. Let me see. How do I get to Solstheim again? It was from Cool, which I think I can get to from Nissus easiest.
With pleasure.
Nissus
Please,
is
go
near
ahead. I'm all ears.
Aldrun. Man, it's been like...
Welcome, if you wish to talk.
It's been over 3 streams without me having to really go in my head how to teleport to places.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company.
Hey, oh wait, you can take me straight to Cool.
Why
That's cool.
walk when you can ride?
Bet he gets all the bitches now. Yeah, friggin' guy. Even though that thing doesn't even boost it by that much. And I feel like the negative effect might kill him. Gives them weird STDs, long thought extinct. Yeah, get me to Solstheim. That got a little pop-up. I think it was somewhere around here-ish, like where the crashed boat was. Really, just one-shot everything.
Die where you stand.
Now, the one downside of use best is if it's use best always uses what's best for the minimum damage, but it doesn't default to what's best for the max. So if I hold the button, I'm not getting the best chop damage. Who said, uh-oh? What happened? Who's gonna die?
The company's work is never done, friend.
Alright. Yes. And Goth still has a stop to make. One he, probably could have made earlier if he hadn't forgotten about it. But, oh, right, the stone. I was like, the fuck is that? And then I remembered. Go ahead, do it. No, try it. Go ahead. Did something happen? I don't understand. Is something wrong? This usually works. This is gonna make finding it a little trickier, although I think that's it there. Ailer the Mumbling's dwelling. Here we are. Were you the guy who asked me to find, his friend? His guardian, you've returned. You found Oddfrid. Yes, I know. Oddfrid is a skull. She was a skull when I first found her, but she does talk to me. I hear her voice inside my head. I would have told you the truth, but I didn't want you to think I was crazy. So tell me, Ungoth III, do you want me to tell your future? Sure, why not? Hist Guardian, the skull of Oddfrid Whitelip is speaking to me, telling me your future. She says you have accomplished much here on Solstheim and your future is unclear. But wait, she sees something else. Something very cloudy, something that could affect us all. When the dragon dies, the Empire dies. Where is the lost dragon's blood, the Empire's sire? And from the womb of the void, who shall stem the blood tide? I do not know what this means. It is very unclear. Galer the Mumbling couldn't tell my future, but Oddfrid did tell him about something else. He said that when the dragon dies, the Empire dies. He also said something about the lost dragon's blood and the Empire's sire and the stemming of a blood tide. Galer said it was all very cloudy and does not refer to me directly. So yeah, for what he's referring to, for the first time, Ungoth isn't gonna be there. And on some level, you have to fear for what's gonna happen to Tamriel without Ungoth the 4th, or the 5th, or the 6th to help. Depending on how long it takes and how often the Hist decides to change his biology again. For the next crisis on Nirn, Tamriel's just gonna have to help itself for once. The Hist can't always be there to clean up after you. Goddamn Empire. Until he reforms from the Hist like that chocolate ape awakening from endless sleep. Yeah. What is good is actually... yeah. This does let me go back from Solstheim whenever I want to. I suppose it's kind of set up to take you to the 3 gods. Or the 3 members of the Tribunal. Gods are still dead, all 3 of them. Your life's a sham, I'm going home. What home is he referring to? Caius' house. He's not getting it fucking back. What a long and exhausting journey in Vardenfell, and parts of the mainland. Left his crack exactly as he left it. Nah, actually, Ungoth, moved some of the crack around and hid some books under it. Ungoth, why is there... Ungoth, why is there books underneath all my moon sugar? So no one would find them, obviously. They'd see the crack and assume that's all that's there. I suppose I can't question that logic, but why did you feel the need to hide books? Fuck you, that's why. Get me to Balmorra. I'm going home, and I'm gonna sleep this entire trip off. Why do you suppose he doesn't stay in that stronghold he had built as part of the Telvanni? Apparently he just likes the crack den. Ah, crack home, sweet crack home. With all my free shit lying around. Soul Drinker, Spear of the Hunter, True Flame, and her Ebony Scimitar. You can go on the floor. My ancient Nordic pick, this Silver Spear. Had it with me a while. You can go on the floor. Dagger of Symmachus. More like Dagger of Sympicus. Fucking idiot. Guy got cucked so much. Ah. Now, Ungoth goes and lays to rest. But in his rest, does he hear from the Hist once more? Of his new mission. Of where he must go. You motherfuckers want me to plant a fucking tree in Akavir? And Ungoth was not seen again for quite some time by Tamriel. Don't trip in this house or you'll trigger 5,000 on-hit enchantments. I think, oh god, if you kick one of these too hard, you're setting off a fucking nuke in the middle of Balmorra. There's so many legendary objects here. Oh wait, hey, hang on. Yeah, that's right, I have 2 of these now. Though that's interesting. The unique Dwemer artifact is right-handed, but I know the jury rig that Yagrum does makes it left-handed. Someone tries to sit on the bench, picks up Keening to move it over, and dies instantly. Unfortunately, because of how they fall, Sunder falls on top of their corpse, so anyone who tries to move it dies because they're technically wielding Sunder in that moment. Oh, god. Ah, yeah, my feathered Daedricurus. Hey, Clavy, how's the mask? I know you can hear me through it. You can go fuck yourself. Umbra Sword. Can you hear me through this, too? Probably not, right? Curus of the Savior's Hide. Scourge. Nah. Oh yeah, Mace of Avar Stonesinger. This is actually a pretty good one-handed mace. Like, the Frost enchant is just okay, but the Chop and Slash has very high max damage. So I imagine actually that's probably like the highest... I wonder what the highest single damage you could do with a weapon is. Not with Volendrung, that's for sure. Icicle. But yeah. Ungoth III's journey will have to take a break there, unfortunately. Because, due to both lore implications, and also because I want to do some other stuff, I'm not going to be bringing Ungoth's character into Oblivion as the player character. I'd still like to incorporate him via mod, though. I really want to see if I can put him in the Shivering Isles. Like, But that's dependent on a few things, including whether or not the Oblivion remake is true. And if that's true, I would want to play that version of it. One, to play it at all. And two, to, begin the legacy of Ogoth. Now, I think for the next game, I'm probably not even going to play an Argonian. For another reason. There's also what happens at the end of Shivering Isles that... it's another lore implication. There's very poor lore implication of the Blades agent and the, Eternal Champion being the same person as the Nerevarine on top of that. But the Blades agent is just unknown in general, while the, Champion of the Arena just... everyone claims he's from their race. Hell, one of the claims is that it was Almalexia's daughter who doesn't exist. No, it was her reincarnated husband. Sort of. I don't think the appearances of Sheogorath means anything. Daedric Prince can appear as anything. Oh, no. What I was more getting at was that I don't want that to happen to Ungoth because it's a very shit end to his story that he just turns into Sheogorath, was what I was getting at. I know the appearance wouldn't mean a damn thing. It's that I want to explore the tragedy of, oh, this person is going to be stuck as Sheogorath forever because they have to mantle him to save anything. The hero Kvatch is just kind of fucked. And there's also the fact that the Argonians were very, very busy, and I've kind of written in that Ungoth is very close to the Hist, so I feel like whatever he'd be up to if he's not in Cyrodiil ending it, he's doing something even more important. And the Hist probably doesn't care about Cyrodiil that much. They kind of won the war on their own. The hero Kvatch is a cosmic cuck. It feels that way for him. It's raining out there. Alright. I just remembered. Before I can get on a boat... before I'm allowed to leave the country, I'm not allowed to take any of my artifacts with me. Cucked out of their event by Martin, then cucked by Sheogorath by tricking them into mantling him. To be fair, it wasn't much of a trick. He kind of said outright that's what they were doing. You can argue there was the trick that, they didn't know it was going to be forever. They thought Sheogorath would just take it back. I suppose the trick was believing that it was temporary. Yeah. I'll miss you, Morrowind. I'll come back for mods one day, I promise, because there's some amazing Morrowind mods that I gotta play. But that's gonna do it for Morrowind. I'm gonna stop the recording for YouTube here. As always, thank you so much for coming if you came. If you didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Bye-bye, YouTube.